Beautiful soul family and soul friends, beautiful souls and earth dwellers in physical human avatar suits. How are you doing today? So in this video, I'm going to talk about how, as a soul, we choose to come to Earth, and we've chosen to come to Earth for a reason. So why did we come to Earth if it's such a crazy place? The reason we chose to come to Earth as a soul for a limited time in a human physical body avatar is so we could experience the different energies and contrast the differences existing on Earth. So we could have gone to like a much higher frequency planet if we wanted to, such as like Pleiades, probably Andromeda, Arcturus, Sirius, and various other like different planets in the entire universe, or places that were much more like having the frequencies and energies of like love and joy and peace, and probably a strong connection to nature and a strong feeling of connection to all things, and super healthy food and like all this sort of stuff, like not living in alignment with nature and just feeling wonderful, no, not too many hardships. But we've come to Earth to experience hardship. So first of all, the people who die on Earth are young, or because of the hardships, because of the way the world has been run by a small percentage of people who are rich. The souls, in my opinion, like know about this, and they've chosen just to have this life that's not to the very end, an absolute awakening, an absolute awakened life. So they're going to do that in maybe another lifetime. So because life is just a blip in the perspective of great spirit or a soul, So it's all good and all is well at the end of the day. So souls always have another chance to go to another planet or the same planet and be born into a higher frequency country and parents, and have a higher frequency existence. So that's usually what we call the next generation. So the next generation, typically, and not always, it depends who it is, but at this great time of awakening, the next generations definitely have a much greater chance of living a higher frequency life, because much more people are awakening and healing these days, and breaking and healing ancestral trauma and patterns, such as my soul flame, and millions of others. So it's a beautiful time to be alive. But so why do we come to Earth? Because we want to experience 3D and ascending into 4 and 5D. Like, we want this. We've chosen this deliberately. It's a very deliberate act of wanting to experience these energies. So 3D is like all about the physicality, survival, like just things we would call not virtues, like like pride, shame, guilt, lust, arrogance, anger, disconnection, living in your ego and our shadows and pain bodies, and just overall like division, disconnection, and conflict in general, and being identified with your physical body as who you are totally, and feeling very separate and disconnected from others. Okay, so it's a discordant energy, and it's also an energy of largely living not in the truth, feeling disconnected from your source. Not that we ever are, but feeling disconnected, and also just feeling disconnected from other people and nature and other people around you and the entire world and the universe itself, even expanding. So this is a planet for souls who want to experience ascension, or else just simply 3 and 4D energies. So 4D is lighter and brighter than those heavy 3D energies, and 5D is like beautiful, like high frequency energies of stuff like unconditional love, forgiveness, true deep heartfelt compassion, deep heartfelt like joyful lovingness and exhilaration and throbbing peace, and just sensitive forgiveness, super tenderness of the heart, and feeling connected to the whole and part of the whole, and feeling caring for the whole and love and compassion for the whole. 5D frequencies and energies will be experiencing like joy, like bubbliness, exhilaration, like just pure happiness and joy, and loving sweet tenderness, and just care for all, and just higher frequencies. So that's what awakening is, and that's what, when you see people talking about ascension, that's what ascension is. To ascend means to rise. So we're raising our frequency, our consciousness. They say the real revolution is a revolution in consciousness. So that's what's happening on this planet at the moment. It's the golden age, the year of awakening. It's the year of the truth being uncovered and shared in the world. So I know there's a whole lot of commotion and madness and sort of drama and conflict and darkness being shown up, but it's better to have it shown up and to be dealt with and transformed instead of continuing in the shadows like they always do, you know, continuing what was going on in the past. There's a special era now, right now. So it's all meant to be, is my point. My point is, like, learn to inwardly, not outwardly to taking no action, but inwardly learn to have more acceptance and peace and tolerance and allowance and forgiveness and love and compassion inwardly as your own frequency, vibration and energy and consciousness to what's going on in the world and those who are committing dark deeds. Okay, that's your energy. But with the higher frequency energy, we also want to, like, be proactive and take action, be protective, be caring, be part of the change, and to be the change that's going on in the world, to help create a new world, because we're creators. So we want to create something beautiful and new and original. We don't want to emulate or replicate. We want to create. Okay? So that's the beauty of life, to come here to experience and to create. And that's it in its simplicity. Everything falls into those two categories: to experience and to create. So find out what you want to create, and first of all ask yourself who you are and who you'd like to be, and then you'll have the answer to what do you want to create. And that's where the famous quotation by Gandhi apparently is: to be the change you want to see in the world, and to be it first before waiting for others to do it first. So create that and do it in your own magnificent splendor, your own beautiful uniqueness, because that's what it's really all about too. Like I said, souls don't necessarily really want to truly, deep down, soul and God or source or great spirit, it wants something new and creative and original. So be yourself, like, shine your sparkle onto the world in your own special, unique way. You know, just be free and allow yourself to be yourself. Be silly, be goofy, or else be serious, or be whatever way you feel like is true and genuine and you. Set yourself free from the limits of the conditioning of the society and the hardships and the pain and trauma from the past, and just shine your light uniquely and beautifully out into the world every single day. Like, love the way you want to love your family, friends, people. Do your work and business the way you feel like yourself truly uniquely doing it too. So with all the different energies of 3D and 4D in the world, because 4D is basically just a mixed a middle ground of 3 and 5D, it's becoming more 5D. It's softer attributes than the harsh, dense, heavy 3D energies and characteristics. So So wherever you see, like, weird, crazy, mad stuff, like that type of thing in the world, just learn to be okay with it more, and just to try and just be yourself more as a loving being and a creative light of source energy. And so there you can make peace with that, instead of being all heavy and annoyed and contracted in these lower frequencies. Try and, like, set yourself free by inwardly allowing and making peace with and understanding why it's this way on Earth. It's deliberately made this way for a reason. It's so we can create and experience and understand ourselves through the differences and the contrasts. So we realize and experience, like, we're not hate, we're not angry, we're not like this thing, we don't want this thing, we don't like that stuff. It doesn't feel good to us if we try and either feel bad towards them, like really anger and hate, or resentment or non-forgiveness, and it doesn't feel good if we want to try and hurt them back. So we realize through the contrast who we really are and who we'd like to be. It's a highlight, like, we're accentuated and highlighted as loving light beings through the contrast with living on darkness on Earth. So in all of the universe, in the living physical universe, there's a mixture of light and dark, and Earth has just had an awful lot of, like, darkness in comparison to the light, but we've always had a light, and it's just maybe, I don't know if it's been a misbalance or an imbalance to a certain degree, maybe a little bit more lopsided sometimes. I don't know. I don't really know. There's an enormous amount of light, and Earth is heaven. Earth is heaven, all the energies of nature. And all the lovely, gorgeous people, like, there's so many lovely people, there really is, like, we're all lovely, but there's people, like, waking up to the lovely energies, living it. So what's happening now in the golden age is there's much more people waking up and healing and ending ancestral trauma and baggage and like drama, or karma drama programming. And now we're here to wake up and to create a lovely, beautiful earth, because as more of us wake up, we're ascending into higher frequencies, and that means more love and beauty and creativity and light and heartfelt energy and gratitude and appreciation and celebration. I'm going to end this video very shortly, but I started my website and YouTube channel called Abundant Joy and Celebration, I think around 10 years ago, and my owenfox.org. And I love that. Like lately, I've been saying good celebrating, or good happy new day celebration to you, instead of saying good morning, because I heard the Kabbalah called it like morning, to wish someone good morning, like good suffering, good suffering to you, because the morn is the morn. It's to like be really sad at a loss or something. But I'm all about celebrating. I prefer to celebrate, so I say these days much more often, good celebrating, or correct myself to good celebrating. I just love that. It feels good. As we change, we tweak, and I've been tweaking certain ways about my life, and that's one of the many ways I tweak. And my other tweaks is always becoming more of who I really am in my original uniqueness, as I spoke about earlier in this video. Like, I just love that. And having loving acceptance for who we are and all of where we are on our journey of ascension, like where we are in our life, like where we are in our habits, our behaviors, inwardly and outwardly, how we feel, think and respond to other people. Just having loving acceptance and patience and compassion for ourselves, and forgiveness and unconditional love for ourselves too, and for others, is where it's all at. That's where we can just navigate life in general, with or without the world situation, before or after. It's all about love, acceptance and compassion and forgiveness for ourselves and others. So that's life. We come here to make mistakes. Mistakes don't even exist. We come here to have experiences, and experience is invaluable. You can't buy an experience. You can't go into the shop and say, I'm going to buy this experience of having a big breakup of a relationship, or having a big hardship, which character forged you and made you know life way more and way deeper. So experience is where it's all at. So when you experience a hardship in the world, realize it's a blessing and a gift to you. And in many ways, it could be extremely true that your life is 100% designed for you, for where you are at as a soul, to go on to the next step that you'd like to experience deep down in your higher self. So don't think that life is wrong or bad or happening to you negatively. I believe and feel like life is happening positively to all of us on a deeper level. And on the surface level, as a human, there's so many benefits and blessings that can happen from unwanted things in our life outside, and from having hardship or suffering and conflict or drama. It's beautiful. There's so many benefits. There really is. So I want, in this video, it's my intention to help you to become more accepting and light-hearted. Accepting and light and peaceful, and even happy with, and even appreciating the darker, heavier energies on earth and in life, in terms of money, health, loss of people you love. It could be family or partners, or sometimes other people who are so dear and close to us. It could be little accidents, it could be injury, it could be a million things. It could be having a painful experience emotionally or physically, some kind of a loss. I want you in my intentional fields to just become a little bit more, or a lot more, accepting and understanding of why it happens, and making peace, and even appreciating or liking it, even in the process to a certain degree, after the initial blow potentially, or even sometimes as things are unfolding, just to have more acceptance and unattachment, and more trust and receptivity to the universe to give you the experience that in a way expands you and benefits you and puts you in the right place at the right time to keep developing and growing along your sacred journey here on earth as a soul. And then even to stir in and have even more appreciation for the journey, because it's a roller coaster. I know that it's definitely a roller coaster. It comes in waves, and things happen when you don't expect, and sometimes things happen when you expect, but obviously a lot of the hard things happen when you don't expect. So it's a tough one. I accept that, but it's character forging, and it's meaningful to us as a human being in the physical body, and it's meaningful to us as a soul. So yeah, especially this time period with everything that's going on in the world, 2020. I just want, hopefully, my field for making this video, to help you also just to like sort of step back a bit with love and become active with your higher spirit and higher energies, involving peace, love, and compassion and forgiveness to all, including the dark energies or the dark behaviors, those people, etc. And people who you may like argue or disagree with. It's okay, we have different opinions. So I want you just to like accept differences, accept conflict, accept division, accept darker energies and forces, and instead of like getting too heavily involved outwardly, step inwardly into like unconditional love, compassion, and forgiveness for others and yourself, and act from there. Be the leader of these virtues and qualities of 5D, as much as you can, as often as you can, as best as you can, but being gentle and tender on yourself and others when we are not, or they are not, because everything is almost like a test to what energy we're going to be on the other side of what we don't like in contrast to the energy we don't like. Are we going to emulate and copy their energy and just fight back with hatred, or are we, like a test, going to evolve, ascend, and rise in frequency without spiritually bypassing or pretending, but just overall, an evolution of our consciousness? And when we do all of this stuff, my friends, just in general, just accept, go with our flow of our spirit, so to speak, face life, head forward, heart forward. We get to experience, by choosing to be the energies of happiness and joy and more equanimity, which is just an unwavering, grounded sense of peace and more happiness. That's good. Like, that's really good. It feels really good to feel more peace and happiness overall, and even more love and connection to others and all. So yeah, that's more or less what I want to say in this video. Earth isn't the mistake, and the weird shit, the weird beautiful stuff isn't happening. Well, it's not very beautiful in all fairness. The weird stuff, the crazy stuff, the dark stuff, it's heavy. I get you, I feel it as well. Like, I know I don't want a lot of that stuff. I don't want all of the stuff I hear that I'm discovering about the dark energies on Earth for a very long time. But I do believe this is a time of change and awakening. I really do, my friends. It's a shift. It's time of Aquarius, approximately. There's a shift. It's a big change, but I just want in this video to help you to surf it more pleasantly and heartfeltly, and to be more in your power and be more of a leader and a way shower and a powerful divine warrior or warrioress, instead of a disempowered victim struggling with denser energies, which is okay too. And as souls, we come here for those reasons. We didn't come here just to experience joy, my friends. We truly didn't. It's not a mistake. It's exactly perfect. It's deliberate. We wanted to experience heavier emotions, but not only heavier emotions. We want to experience ascension, expansion, evolution, rising. So just love and accept emotions and us, and then that come up within us, like hate, fear, anger, like I've felt them too, So we've come here for all of it. So don't be afraid or worried about feeling heavier emotions, but just don't dwell there for too long. Don't think there. Hopefully this video will help. I hope this helps you or your family or loved ones, or anyone on your social media, or anyone you know who you wish to share with. I think it's important to think and know about this stuff at this time with the world situation, because I don't want people to be feeling hopeless or disempowered like the victim. I want people to realize that they are truly a very powerful being, and it's every one individual together. It's the collectively we will raise the frequency of this planet and bring an end to what we don't want anymore by saying no and not accepting that stuff anymore. Not agreeing with or consenting to the darker stuff, and to stepping into our power and being way showers. Now, are you watching this now? Like, you would be a way shower, a leader, a way changer, stepping into your power, stepping into your light, and leading by example and being the change that you want to see in the world. So yeah, I'm proud of you for doing that. I'm happy that you're here on Earth too, and together, we'll do it together. We're in it to win it, and we work better. It feels nice when we work better as a team. I love saying those words. And yeah, it's much nicer when we work together. And let's start over and start again beautifully and sweetly from our heart. And that type of thing works really good in a relationship too. After a row, like, sorry, let's start again. Sorry about that. I really want us to do really good together. I want this to work out. Let's work together. And sorry for what I said that wasn't the best. And I just really want things to work out. And I care for you. I love you. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go now. So loads of love to you. I'm going to continue my day. And I wish you a beautiful celebration of life and abundant joy and abundant celebrating every single day. Consider quitting mourning and start celebrating. Loads of love, my friends. Thanks for watching. Please give this a share to your friends and family, anyone you wish, if you desire, but definitely not if you're not in the mood or don't resonate. But if you do, please do. And feel welcome to private message me or befriend me as well. I'd love to connect. Thanks again. See you again, my friends.